Thank you guys so much for coming out tonight for our SmashMuck Design a Champ panel. This is the third one we've done. We did one last year, and we did one at PAX East. I'm Michael Flynn. I'm the audio guy. I composed the music, and I also did the voice of the totally annoying announcer. I'm going to introduce everybody real quick and turn it over to them. We're going to give you a basic sort of layout of how we do this, what we're looking for in designing a champion, and then we're just going to start shouting out ideas, and it's going to get crazy. We're going to try to get as many ideas as possible on the mic so that our friends watching the stream on Twitch can understand what you guys are saying. I'm not saying it's going to necessarily go that smoothly because it gets a little chaotic, but we're going to try. Real quickly, this is Ben Rogers, lead designer of SmashMuck. This is Alan White.
Howdy, folks.
Art director. Corey McClammy, 3D modeler. Jacob Sheik, lead butthead. Ooh, that's a little cold. Developer. I always want to say designer, but then I want to say programmer. It's somewhere in the middle. And I'm going to be turning the mic over to Jose Mejia, our community manager. But first, Ben's going to go over a little bit of sort of what we're looking for in trying to design the next champion. Thank you all so much for coming out.
Okay, so SmashMuck is a MOBA, and it's very different from the MOBAs you'd see out there today. And one thing we looked at when we looked at the MOBAs out there today, we looked into basically we have 3 issues with them as we looked at them essentially. We kind of got bored with the long play times. 45-minute matches are kind of crazy for us, especially when you get into matches that last really long and you're losing, which is really upsetting for me. There's a million options in the games, which gets us confused. We just want to go in there and start killing people, which is really, that's more fun. That's more fun.
Stress relief.
Mm-hmm. And
a good time.
When you go into a game like this, we wanted to make SmashMuck more accessible to players who have not played MOBAs or are part of the hardcore scene. You just get yelled at immediately if you're doing poorly. So we've taken out all the problems that occur with teams feeding kills and things like that. I'm going to go ahead and run off all this stuff.
Sure. So there are 5 big cornerstones of what we focused on with SmashMuck. First was intense combat. We wanted you to really feel instant response and a really fun, fast-paced combat experience. There's non-stop action. We moved all of the mid-game progression into the shop beforehand where you can deck with your team. And that all works together to make the game a lot more accessible, where it's easy to jump in and contribute right away. And then we really wanted to spin off a whole bunch of new modes and see what these champions could do in all sorts of different scenarios. So let's do a quick recap. Flynn's mentioned that we have done this panel twice before, and we have 2 fan design champions in our game right now.
You have to do better than they did.
Yes.
So
this is a warning. This is what was designed by our fans at PAX East. Platimus the Platicorn, a part platypus, part unicorn who wields his offspring as a deadly weapon.
They're puggles is what the proper term for
we learned a lot of Discovery Channel stuff at the last panel.
Did some serious research.
It was sort of scary.
Yeah.
It's not safe for work. So over here on the left, you can see the rough concept. We're going to get one of those done here today, assuming I don't suck. And then the later concept, and this is the character that's in the game now. So let's get right to it.
Okay, so champions in SmashMuck are basically composed of 5 different elements here. We're going to go real quickly over them. The nuts and bolts is the mechanics of the champion. We're going to go over that. It's basically all the interesting effects the champion can do. The heart is what we're going to go over first. It's the role of the champion. We break them down into 3 roles. We'll go over that quickly. We're going to go over each skill. You guys are going to come up with the skills so that I don't have to. And we're going to take a look at the archetype, which is going to be basically Alan's forte of what it's going to look like. And that'll kind of feed into how it acts. And then gear, we're not going to look at at all pretty much, because we're just going to go over the basic stuff and worry about the numbers later, because
math is really
math's hard. We don't do it here.
Complicated spreadsheets.
I mean, you could do it. I don't have Excel on that computer, do we?
We could just an Excel panel would
Okay,
be riveting.
so we're going to jump right into it. So the first thing we're looking at is the heart, the role of the champion. This is the easiest thing to decide. So if you don't do it easily, it's trouble. This is a multiple choice. Who wants an offensive champion? That is a person who does a bunch of damage.
Yeah,
okay, show of hands. Look at that.
I think that's
some
the first time
offense.
we've had an offensive
Great.
champion.
All right, so defensive champions tend to have a little more crowd control. They tend to have a little more hit points, be able to hold areas quickly. Who wants defense? Oh, that's you can't vote twice. Did you vote twice?
Everybody voted twice. They're all liars.
All right, we got support.
Start the panel over.
We got support. This is a person who can affect how other champions act, a little bit of crowd control. It looks like offense. Let's do it again. Offense.
It's about time.
Okay. We got some people who've got real problems with aggression, and we are going to go that direction.
Therapy to follow.
Excellent. So, real quickly, just want to go over the role of a champion and how we develop skills. Each champion at SmashMuck has 3 skills. They got 2 of the primary role. Just looking at the formula here. The champions typically have 2 skills that are their primary. We want to give players enough variety because we're kind of low on the threshold of being able to be accessible and being kind of solo a champion. We give them a secondary role. We can get into that after we get past to the archetype and the look of stuff. So the second thing is the archetype. The archetype is basically your universal symbols and motifs that people kind of grasp onto really quickly, and it helps us build an idea of what the champion's going to either do. Obviously, he's an offensive champion at this point.
There will be violence.
We've got a list here, but I don't want to use any of those in the list because that's just sad. We built it. So if we got any people want to run with the mics, and we'll get some more ideas for archetype. Archetype's going to give us a good direction to go in.
All right, so just raise your hand if you have an idea, and I'll run towards you.
You wrote down offense already, right?
I got to write shit down, or I am going to forget all of this. It's official. Writing it down.
Hummingbird, woodpecker type of thing.
Is a bird.
It's something that stabs quickly with its beak.
That's nice.
Maybe with like
Okay.
metal.
But he will
I want to
appreciate
take as much
the
work
extra.
away from him as possible. We need that position to be redundant.
Yep.
Quickly.
Okay, so I like the idea of the shield coming out and having some sort of trash shield or stop sign shield. But we could set up to where where it's a passive, where if he's not like attacking or using a skill, we could have it up so that he kind of has the ability to kind of enforce himself until he's ready to start casting skills. So he actually would be more a little bit more tanky before he all out sets up the trap and blitzes all the team members in. But I'm gonna definitely.
We can't forget that he's an alien too. I feel like we're.
Yeah, I know. I feel like the
focusing on
alien part is kind of lost. I know bums are fantastic and amazing, and everyone's had experience with them. But someone has to have been abducted here. So give us some alien aspects to it. It will help Alan draw something entirely different. But what kind of alien? What kind of? We can do that. I mean, we could set that up with the bum with the.
Oh, that's delightful. You're a hero.
I mean, you've already got it going, but like you could always go the route that he's actually just a homeless person on his own planet, so he has like alien themed, like whatever planet he's from, like futuristic, like homeless, like space cardboard, whatever that would look like.
Space cardboard?
Yeah. Or like
you may have to be a little more specific about space cardboard.
A better idea.
We call that titanium.
Would be the shopping cart would be a hovering shopping cart.
A hovering shopping cart?
And yeah.
You may have to.
It's already hovering.
Oh, you got it. You got it. Okay.
This other leg, guys.
He's
fine.
there.
It's fine,
He's
guys.
already there. He's one step ahead of you.
The cardboard boxes could have those neon highlights, like in Tron, like on the
Oh,
edges.
yeah.
Could have the neon
Yeah.
like highlights. See, space cardboard.
Yeah, that'd be definitely space boxes right
Buy me
there.
some space
Because
cardboard.
people in space definitely need to see the corners of the box. That shit is real.
What if we make a manhole cover with the lights on the outside that he's riding on, hovering above?
Oh, we set that up with the placement of trash cans and stuff, couldn't we? I mean, that would for a shield, or you want to put that for something else? Because we got the shield as something he's riding. He's hovering. A man. What do you think,
It's just
Alan?
a flying saucer.
Oh man.
Yeah, it's gonna have little jets and
Little jets. Okay.
Can we get
This thing is starting to look like a manatee. I don't know. You guys can.
It's like a Rorschach
It's
at this
the
point.
things I'm starting to see in it upset and give me insight.
Well, it's not in good condition. He's homeless.
Ooh, yeah, because when you're homeless, you got to replace those pieces. Does he? Sounds like he needs to have one eye smaller than the other because he may have a dependency problem.
I mean, all those bum fights do that to your eye, right?
Well, I mean,
Oh, yes.
feel like he should have dreadlocks.
This guy's got
or at
a
least
shirt
shit
on. He knows how this works.
I like the cap. He's ready for any environment. Dreadlocks? Can a homeless person support dreadlocks? I'm not exactly sure that that's a thing. Maybe in Seattle, but not where I'm from. He just kind of has it as an accessory. He says, well, they're not spying onto my brain because I know they're not spying into my brain because I've got the satellite. Tinfoil? We could probably work some tinfoil into this. Yeah, you gotta get rid of those humans.
Yeah, there are no humans in SmashMuck because humans are horrible.
Humans are just
They're the
there's
worst.
disgusting people. You ever been to PAX?
Yeah. Good gravy.
Okay, so since Alan's still drawing this manatee Cthulhu monster of a thing, do we have any trait ideas? Just more. I got some really cool passives. We got that hunger passive is great. I like the idea of the shield passive. Do we have anybody who's got anything like crazier that would possibly work with one of the skills we'd come up with? Because I'd like to have more. I like more combos personally with my champions.
I was thinking odor debuff.
An odor debuff around like just an aura or some sort of, every time he uses a skill it creates an odor cloud in that section.
Like
Okay. Would you prefer it be targeted or just like a general passive around him?
I think. If he's going to be melee around him.
So just anybody who's near him and starting to attack him is off-put.
He releases body odor.
So the debuff would be off-put. Or just slightly uncomfortable.
What about, since he's a bum and he's supposed to be filthy, like if he could return 2% of all damage done to him to his attack?
So he's got some sort of vengeance attack that hits back
because
to
he's
people.
absolutely filthy.
Yeah, I mean...
Right, you
Just
just hit
to-
him and
just-
the sweat flies
We
back
don't know what
against the
kind of
attacker.
alien he is, but that's true. You never know. You don't want to hit an alien because acid for blood is clearly a thing. This one's got ears though. I don't know about ears.
To go with the
Does anybody like ears on aliens?
He erased them.
That's weird to me.
Aliens with ears are no threat.
Yeah,
Well, that's true. They won't hear
clearly.
us coming.
This is yeah. Okay, we got any more passes? I like the corrosive sweat. I mean, we do have badges that already do that effect for champions who are like taking a ton of damage. I know Skate has 1 million hit points, so you want to beat on them. And maybe we could do something like that for sure.
Whenever he has the odor debuff, if it stacks up on people when he hits them with a skill, it does more damage.
I like something that like just lingers. Like you hit him and you're like, well, I wish I hadn't touched that guy because now everything in my day is worse.
Maybe they could have the debuff do like a dot.
Oh, and
you
could it
like,
pass to people that are nearby him?
Well,
like
whatever you're going to do with the odor debuff to put it on the enemies, it does like a dot to them. Because
Okay.
he's supposed to be a damage guy, not
Yeah.
really like a supporty, so he can either leave the dot on him or hit him with a skill and it consumes the dot to like do a burst damage.
So you can take a hit and so basically he's not a guy who will stealth up to people, but he's a guy who will allow them to hit him once and then just retaliate in a significant way and then trap guys who are trying to chase him down. I actually like that idea. That's pretty sweet. We haven't explored that so much. We've got offensive champions that kind of heal up. We've got guys who can run in there with stealth and get the first strike. We don't have any guy who takes a hit and then kind of punishes them for it. We got Minos is pretty much a bruiser type. He's kind of a newbie cannon right there.
Yeah, he gains damage when he's hexed.
Yep.
How about when he starts to take damage, he loses bladder control?
And then dark. It's dark.
Someone's channeling.
I mean, basically loses a little bladder control, and therefore that the uric acid on the ground starts to eat at the enemy.
So would he leave zones when he takes like a hit? He just like starts just walking around and just dropping everything he can.
Little puddles.
So he's hovering?
Yeah, he's in the hovering shot.
Okay.
He pedals it like Gallagher.
Ooh.
With the roller skate in the spring.
Okay, so
Same thing.
he's got
Maybe we can get him to do the voice.
We're just really down on this guy. He's got bladder issues. Doesn't have a house. We can. I do like the idea of dropping zones down.
A random chance of just what I was thinking is that he could have a fart debuff. Wherever he takes damage, he might panic fart, and if he feels builds up his hunger, he can have more powerful farts. Like, instead of having a rocket on his cart, he could fart.
You'll be happy to know that every champion in SmashMuck can get the fart badge, and they can have gas. So that's covered for everybody, unfortunately. I mean, we got that in. Farting is there. God, we got. You give him some science fiction cardboard with some space cardboard. Sorry,
So
I apologize for my slip up.
we're like dabbling with the ideas of putting down zones and the idea that he's homeless so he doesn't start at the same spawn point. Why not like have like a fire barrel where he spawns and like around the area that the fire barrel is at, he has like increased attack and defense.
So he has a place to retreat to.
Yeah.
So you're saying just don't go down that alleyway
Yeah.
because the homeless guy is there. I like that one.
And
That's pretty good. And if you hit him, he's gonna pee everywhere, so you don't want to go anywhere near him.
And every time he dies, the barrel moves.
Oh yeah, it's like that thing's close. I don't want to go anywhere near that guy. All right, so I like that idea. So he's gonna have basically a spawn point buff. Well, obviously, we're not going to get into all the numbers and stuff today because that's work. We're just going to get everything written down.
That's a real.
But it's written down, so there's at least a 50-50 chance it's going to get in.
Going back to the smell thing, what if he was someone you had to take out in small skirmishes, so he had like that aura smell around him, and the longer you stayed in it, say after like a certain amount of stacks, you get stunned or something.
You just puke. You just can't handle it.
Something, yeah.
You just can't handle it. It's really control-y, and we've got a lot of stuff on his list already that's already very control-like, so that's actually pretty neat. I don't know, being a passive is kind of crazy. I like the idea of more of the, every time he uses a skill, he leaves this zone by that you just don't want to get into. It just stacks up, and when he builds up too much, you just get that, you get to the level here, and it's gone. You're going to have to puke. So I like that idea. So... yeah, that'd be pretty sweet too. So it's similar to the bladder zones. I mean, in full fairness, you stole that idea from someone who just had that idea. I'm hitting things. Yeah, reskin that stuff. We'll set up different skins for this guy. You can do whatever you want.
Hey Ben.
How's it going?
Hey Ben.
How's it going,
Hey,
Nick? Nick is our animator. He is going to complain no matter what happens in this panel. Every line Alan is drawing is another bone for him to put in and weight.
What if every time he hits someone with a skill, he debuffs their movement speed with an anal probe?
We've not gone there yet. That is very surprising. It's been 3 panels and we have not gone there. So he is going to covertly stick an anal probe up someone's ass. It sounds a little bit more like it has to be kind of an active thing, because, I don't know about you, but I don't covertly stick up anal probes.
This is why I don't get
not
all
yet.
this money.
Who's rooming with Nick, by
yeah,
the way?
yeah, I'm not staying with him tonight. Yeah, I'm all cool with that. If you want to put as a skill, you get that probe up there. The stick. We could set up some sort of hit combo on that. I do like that. We're talking about a champion right now. That's pretty sweet. We were talking about since we've mostly worked on builder here. I do like the idea of him having some sort of thing where he can put an extra level of control on people, because he's not a guy who's going to do a ton of damage in the first blow. He's going to be more of a lingering effect guy. At least that's what you guys have been telling me from all your lunatic ravings. Which I like. I like being able to set up something that you can set up for later. It'd be great if you had the probe you could put in, and you could second cast a skill, and then it would just expand the probe. I think that's the first time I'm going. It's the first and last time I'll ever say that.
Okay.
But
good. Don't bring that back to the
I
audience.
know. I'm writing it down.
Okay.
So when if this probe is a skill, when he uses that skill, his character loses the stick that he's holding. So everyone on the opposing team knows that he's already casted the anal probe. I'm safe.
Yeah, that's actually pretty cool. I mean, the question for that kind of stuff is how would he get it back? Because a lot of times we have one-time effects that would do something, and you want to make sure that he has some sort of cooldown timer that he can get it back, so that he can. We do that. It'd be pretty cool. We haven't done that before, but we usually do like a second cast thing where you can do some effect. We don't do that normally, but. I won't make that hand gesture anymore, because I know some of you will be offended.
Could the second effect, instead of being expanding, maybe it shows the enemy anywhere on the map?
It'd be sweet if the effect sent all the carts to that person.
Homing, yeah.
Regardless of where they are. We've had some bugs that do that exact thing, which is pretty sweet.
Yeah, we don't have to fix anything then.
Yeah, it's just we just break something.
Working as intended. I like it.
We're very good at that. I like that. That's a nice homing beacon.
Space flies.
Yep.
If he's a builder, what if he could like set down a flaming barrel as some sort of area denial for I don't know, slow and minimal damage or something?
Well, we got that set up for his respawn station being somewhere else. I think
wasn't that a box?
Yeah, but I mean, come on. I mean, box, flaming barrel. We're all good on that. We can figure that shit out. But mostly, I do like the idea of having a zone that is going to be the spot you know he's going to spawn in, but you don't want to be there. So I think we got a lot of air denial stuff in there. I like the idea of being able to, not. You know he's going to do a lot of damage, but you don't want to go anywhere near his spot that he's going to come out at. We might probably want to give him some sort of buff when he comes out, so that players can't kind of circle in his hobo spot and just be ready to take him out. I think that's probably going to be pretty key, is to make sure he doesn't spawn anything that's going to be like movable.
This third eye is a problem.
What's wrong with the third eye?
It needs
it's too much wisdom.
It needs a goggle or something.
It needs a goggle? Homeless people can't get goggles.
Yeah.
Can we get broken glasses?
We're booked on monocles for Smash.
No, we're set on that.
It's
week one. He's been in bum fights before.
Patch for his third eye. That's
a patch. Patch is a little piratey though.
That's true.
Patch is.
It just needs to be weird. Ooh, something stuck in it. Something stuck in his eye.
Something stuck in his eye.
I don't know. We'll figure it out. But it's there. It's ripe for.
Got red eye? Clear eye.
Where's
okay, clear eye?
He's very dry. He's very, very dry. Okay, so he clearly has the hobo stick. He clearly has some arms. He's got some weird face tentacles, which are on a golf cart of some sort. I don't know what he's got.
His floating shopping cart.
Okay, explain yourself. That's all I have. That's all I ever ask. Explain what you're doing and why I should like it.
Oh, okay. Well, we've got our little hobo alien here. He's trucking along. 3 fingers make Nick's job a little bit easier.
Of course.
Since it sounds like he might sometimes have one weapon and sometimes another.
That works. Nick, is that cool? Okay, good. So we failed our job. We've got to do better next time.
Nick needs to be despondent when we leave here.
Yep.
And I only say that because it's worked out every other time that he's been terrified of what we brought back to him.
Cool. Yeah, so... Yeah, he really... I'm all a part of that. That sounds great to me.
He should have one time.
Yeah, he should not be all together. Alan has made too pretty of an alien.
Yeah, my bad.
Very trashy. A begging cup? That's not so bad. Most of the time. All right, we got to keep going through the passives here, because if I don't write it down and you guys have thought of it, then you will be regretting it later. I won't, because I want to go through all and test all these. But go ahead. We can definitely do that. I'll link them by drawing an arrow between the two of them right now.
Yeah, flowcharts.
Perfect. Excellent.
You'll definitely be able to interpret that tomorrow.
Yep, that works. So, we do any other passives or active skills we want to throw out here? Because Alan is... Well, I mean, he's going to do that. That's more of the voice actor. We can get somebody... And, like a cone sonic attack that's just an incoherent mumble. But just... That doesn't... Oh, we can do a confusion effect. We haven't actually done that before, and I really want to try it.
If the bladder thing doesn't work, go with flies, because most bums stink themselves, so he could have passive flies that actually go to defend him.
So do you want it to be a zone, or do you want it to be like flies that are big enough to like be actual monsters to attack?
They got to be big enough for the
space flies. Space flies.
They got to be big enough.
I do like space flies.
Build them.
I mean, they horrify me, but they are fantastic. Space
I like
flight is
it's
a little more of a summoner ability, but I mean, we can give it a shot certainly.
I would like to bring up that one of the abandoned subtitles for this panel was, "This is not a judgment-free zone."
Yeah, so everything you say, we will take into consideration and judge you next time.
What if he's, I'm thinking of kind of like an empowered attack, kind of like as he's walking around the map, he finds pieces of garbage, and like if he hasn't hit for a little bit, like once he actually hits somebody, like with an auto attack, it does more damage, and then like if he's like kind of picking up like little pieces of trash, and his bag gets bigger and bigger, and as soon as he hits them, like the bag pops.
We've actually talked about making champions that have things that are like pickups that are specific to them in the map. How would you handle that when you have multiple of the same guy loading in? Because SmashMuck, you can actually have multiple of the same guy. We have a Highlander mode that prevents that occurring. So you want him to fight over the things in the map. So we'd have to set up spawn points in each map for it.
That's kind of game, bum fights.
Bum fights over that. We got some sweet bum fights going on with this guy. Yeah, the same team is the problem. Is I don't want people on the same team to be all pissed at each other because one guy's getting all OP, the other one's not getting any of the pickups. But that's the same thing. I mean, anybody who's grabbing a health pickup versus an energy pickup or something like that, like I needed that, and I have the plunder ball. I'm not getting energy regen. You're an asshole. It happens.
He could have an ability like Big, and it causes terror or fear to like enemies.
Is that similar to like the incoherentness, where you just kind of take their controls, or you don't really take controls over, but you screw with their controls enough to where it's hard for them to act? Yeah. Kind of like that. Are you very afraid of hobos? Is that what you're trying to tell me?
I feel like it needs to be a man, but needs a really deep, burly woman voice.
Ooh, that's good.
Something like this. You like that? Anybody got a cold up?
We will find one just for that.
I need to eat.
Do you know any? Is what you're trying to get somebody a job?
Yeah, it's getting weirdly specific.
I know, it's getting real specific. We didn't even go over gender, did we? Last time, okay,
it's an
alien, yeah.
Come on. Sexual reproduction is clearly a proven form of creating a species that is terrifying. You want it to have like eggs or something? We already
Jeff Goldblum.
Yeah, we had Jeff Goldblum there. Okay, so she wants to go crazy cat lady with this thing. Oh, we can definitely work that into another skin for sure for cat lady. But don't cat ladies usually have residences?
Yeah.
Space, yeah, space. You never know what's going on in space. Cat face huggers. Hold on, I heard something I'm very attracted to. Okay, so it will attach onto a person, pupate in their stomach, and then create a space fly. Yeah, I could see that happening.
Nick, I think we need a pupate animation for every single champion.
Get that pupate working, and so they'll just start growing these things inside of them every time you hit this guy, and you just know you got to get back to a safe place, or it's going to cause some serious trouble. Actually, that's pretty cool. So retaliation kind of passing ability. he kind of has like scabies or something that will pass to players. You know, he's just got some sort of burrowing animal in him. It just happens. That's cool. If he's got like some sort of like kill effect, if he hits a guy, the guy's knocked out. He's ragdoll there. He's just there for like 2 seconds, and then big space fly. Why not? I like that idea. That's really sweet.
Gotta get some toes in here.
Sorry, I have to write that down. It's work. Penmanship is awful. Cool.
Does that red eye? Does that third eye? Do you guys like that third eye?
Yeah. All right. So we're gonna get let's take a pulse of the audience on the current concept. So do we have any comments on it?
I'm adding
Ups and downs, because this is not gonna Okay. This is not start over. We can do that. We can get that thing. We'll just burn this theater to the ground and we'll just start right over. So, as you can, normally when Alan does the drawing here, it's a preliminary drawing. We go in and we take the feedback. So if you guys have any ideas, throw them at us. We'll get them in before it goes in to the point where I have to touch it. So, let's go. He shouldn't be looking straight. Yeah. Guys are... So it's just kind of doing this thing, just it's all zonked out, doesn't know what it's looking at. Yeah, just
rattles.
Just rattling as he walks. We can make that work. Nick, you can make that work. That wasn't a question.
I think that's the easiest thing Nick's had to
Nope.
deal with so far today.
Okay, so we got the hobo stick. I really like the hobo stick. I like the signage. He needs the signage.
He's got it. He's ready.
Joel, we gotta get the name.
Yeah, he needs a name.
You've been to another panel, haven't you? We've totally forgot the name. Let's get names.
Hands up. Let me see. Anybody got input?
She's gonna rein me in soon.
Probo.
Okay, let's get some names.
Probation-mation.
What's that?
Probation-mation.
Probation-mation? That's neat.
That sounds
So
more
he's
like
a criminal? You're I don't know, mixing the genres here. I mean, not all homeless people have done a thing wrong. You can judge them on other things, but they're not always criminals.
Daryl.
Daryl's a good name. I can't argue with that. Merv's a pretty good name. Merv sounds like he's got a profession, though, so...
Yeah.
I don't know. Marv? There... You know there's a sliding scale for everything. Come on. Don't pretend like you don't know that's a thing. Yeah, he's working construction, but he's making a living out of it. He's doing a good job. Oogla, that's Oogla? That's not a bad name. It's a little it's androgynous enough to make it work.
Royalties.
Yeah, I don't want to pay royalties. That could be trouble.
She's dead. Well, she lives on forever from this point on.
Yeah, I know.
You could do Brungo.
We got more?
You could do Brungo or Brungold or something.
I didn't hear any of those.
Or something doesn't count. I want the final answer.
We need decision makers in this audience. We've got a guy over here. He's not willing to yell.
How about like cardboard or some sort of like inanimate object that's like his nickname from the other homeless people?
Call him Pickle
That's not. Spork's pretty sweet.
Spork is really good.
I like inanimate objects. I like that. Okay, so we've got Oogla, Sparboard, and Spork is the ones that seem to hit. Do we have any others before we're gonna have to take it to a vote? We got one more guy. He's not willing to yell. You don't have to wait for that mic.
I really like holding this mic though. No,
it's comforting, isn't it?
Like
I've got power
45
up here.
minutes of other people's
it should
clammy
just be
sweat
like,
on it.
Change and the question mark.
Change with a question mark.
Change with a question
We're going to move into using punctuation into the champion name.
I'm down.
Okay, so all right, let's throw this off to, if we got no one else here, other people are cowards. Loose Change Charlie. That's a good one. He's got a title. That is clearly a title. Could be. He doesn't have a sir in front of it, but that's okay. We leave it a bit ambiguous for him. All right, so we've got Oogla. Let's get a show of hands. Okay, we've got Space Cardboard, which is Sparboard. Anybody? Sparboard. Okay. We got 3. We've got, what's the one here? Change with a question mark.
You really got into that delivery.
Anybody?
Yeah, you got 1 vote for that.
And we got Loose Change Charlie. Oh, I'm sorry. Everybody else who voted for other things, you are fired.
Loose Change Charlie.
We're doing Loose Change Charlie here.
I guess so.
Charlie's a strange name.
Okay, we'll get
Space Cardboard.
That's really good.
Space Blad. How is that different from regular Blad? I assume you know what we're... I'll just let Alan draw whatever he
I like
wants
how
to draw.
everybody's idea of space has been designed in the 1980s.
Yeah, space was only in the 1980s. It's gone now.